Hello friends, I'm Nancy Thompson with createwithnancy.com, and today it's time for some creative ink. It's time to get creative, it's time to be inspired, and it's time to share all those beautiful creations with others. And my hair is a mess here, so I got this little piece that wants to keep sticking up. So anyways, I'm Nancy Thompson. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Skaneateles, New York, and I love sharing creativity with others. So come on in, say hello if you're new to my channel. Let me know where you're from, and I hope, leave me a comment if you left today feeling inspired. Today we are creating a really simple and easy card that looks really hard to do. I'm calling it quilt card. Quilting is one of my second passions, and I don't do enough of, but when I do, I enjoy it. So I try to make out time to quilt. So anyways, we're going to make a quilt type card today. So I hope you love this technique. You can feel really creative that you've created a little mini quilt with your paper. So let's get started. Here we go. So we are, just a reminder today, this annual catalog, 23 to 24 annual catalog is retiring in, what is today? Today's the 10th, right? So in 20 more days, it is going to be gone forever. There's quite a few things that are carried into the other catalog, but if not, make sure you check out my retired video so you can see exactly what is going away, what's on sale. And that also goes for the mini catalog, the January through April 2024 mini catalog. In the same video, I show you what is retiring and what is carrying over and what the sale prices are. So today, as I'm cleaning out my craft area, I had a ton of this Inked Botanicals Designer Paper, and I'm like, Nancy, we need to do something with this before I put it away. So I had a ton of these 2-inch strips. These 2-inch strips are great for envelopes on a note card. So I thought, well, let's create a quilt card using it with the Ink and Tiled Punch Bundle dual pack. So hi Gail, welcome. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to create with this designer paper. It's such a nice kind of fallish, but not really type paper. It's great for any time of the year. And we're also going to pull in the Ink and Tiled stamp set. This is retiring, the paper is retiring, as well as this punch pack. Okay, the punch pack is actually 20% off, and they come as these two punches come together in the pack. And so they're on sale for $32, which is a great saving, normally $40. So we're going to use this one today, but they would work for this design that we're creating, but it would just, measurements would be a little different. And I was trying to, I think I've done a design with this previously, but using these two together, and I didn't take time, I couldn't locate the sample, but I believe I have done a video on it, and I should have looked back to see. I've been working this morning on my next newsletter, so that is going out later today, I'm pretty sure. So I've got one more thing to add to it. So we're also going to use this. I love this set. I love these two images. They're great to embellish your card with as well. So okay, let's get creating, right? Let's move that out of the way. And with your punch pack, okay, so I've gone ahead and I have a ton of pieces already punched, but I simply turn my punch upside down, and I just kind of, to maximize my paper, and just so I can see. So the next one I'd probably go down a little bit more, because we do need a 1/2-inch piece, and this I could have cut off and cut this down into my little 1/2-inch squares that I would need. So, but that is so easy to create a whole bunch of these quickly and to create a card front. And let me just, let me punch one of these out so you guys can see how these two would fit together for another card design, okay? So let's, and then these were great too. These are great, these little strips. I save everything. These are great to make like a scrappy card with as well. And I didn't save that. I did make one of those and I'm not sure where I put that. But anyway, so these fit together so nicely. So see how these kind of can fit together, and you can create an image going across, and then you can just keep building your card front to create that design for your card front, okay? But we're going to just use the X's today, okay, on our card. So we are starting with a piece of vanilla, and I can't remember, I did this a few days ago. So let me see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 inches and 5/8, okay, by 2, 3, by 3.5, okay? And we might need to cut this down, so we'll be ready for that. So we're simply going to take our X's, and I like to kind of like, I don't know, plan out my design just a little bit so I get a nice selection of, you know, color all over the place, okay? So let's do a little bit of this color because we're going to go 3 across and 4 up, okay? So hi Donna, welcome, and Pat, welcome, and Colleen, welcome. I know, Pat, it's good to see you here. Okay, so let's create a little bit more here. Let's put this one over here. We need some more calypso. Do I have more? Here we go. Let's see here. Let's put a calypso there, and let's put this one here, and then, so I try to get like one of each color on here, okay? Let's see. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna switch this around here with this, and then, so we got that, let's see, we need a calypso. Do we, or don't we? I'm going to switch these around. I know, this is the fun part, right? Mixing and matching and just having fun doing this. All right, so let's put that up there. And I think I got to get rid of that one. Let's see. My design, I should have had this thought out ahead of time for you guys, so you wouldn't have to watch this. I don't know if I'm in the shot here. Okay, so we've got yellow, 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 and then let's go with, we need some more coral in here. I guess we could go like this, and then we need another coral up there. Do we have another one? Or maybe that would be okay. You know, I don't think there's any right or wrong. We're gonna go with this. So let's glue this baby down, okay? So we've got our design. I'm gonna just move it over there so you guys can see this a little better. And I'm using Very Vanilla. Very Vanilla is within the paper, and white would work with this as well, okay? So let's grab some liquid glue here. Whoops, my little nozzle came out of my glue bottle. Excuse me, and it will just pop back in there, I think. There we go. Okay, hi Kathy, welcome. All right, so let's just start gluing. And this little glue bottle works great for this. It doesn't put too much excess, we just need a little bit. So we're simply going to start in one corner, okay? I made this, if you're like creating from scratch, you can always just kind of figure out how wide your paper is, and you can then always cut it down. But when you're using straight lines, it's great to have some type of straight edge to at least start with, and then you can at least 2 sides, so that, and then cut down the rest, okay? So, and then we're just going to work our way across, just keeping everything level and butted up against each other. And as I said, if I get to the edge here, I might need to trim off one side, but who knows, right? So let's add a little bit more glue here. And as I said, this is a great way. You can make multiple cards like this at one time. So who is excited about the new catalog coming up? Anybody? As I said, I've been purging my office of everything that's retiring so I can start using fresh new stuff. Demonstrators were able to pre-order a select list of product, which is kind of fun. So I've been playing with mostly with the ink colors. I've been using them a lot because at open house there will be a new a card, at least one card using the new ink colors. Okay, I've been like kind of creating a bunch of different designs and trying to decide which one it's gonna be, because open house needs to be simple, right? Because I'm not always around to help you guide you through it. You're kind of on your own in creating and making your card together. So I like to keep it simple so you can follow along some directions to create your card. And it's also a great time to get a sampling of those new ink colors, because there will be a try it station with some of the new embossing folders for you to try emboss some of that new ink color cardstock. So it's just going to be a fun day. And I'll be having details soon. I've got a few events, like several events in the next starting tomorrow through Sunday. So I've been working on making sure I'm prepped and ready for them. I have a new coffee and card class at our local fabric store where we're creating a card using fabric on it, which is really fun. So we're having a coffee hour and creating a card. So and then on Sunday, and then, well, let's see, that's Thursday. And then Friday, of course, is in-person classes here in my craft area. And then Saturday, I'm doing a kids card class. We're making a Mother's Day card and gift holder for the kids that come in to the shop that day. And that's at the fabric store as well. So busy time. And then Sunday, even busier. Oh, this is going to be short. I didn't think it was this short, but maybe it is. So we're going to definitely have to trim that. And then Sunday is my team meeting, so I'm excited about that. Fun times for them to play with some of the new stuff. And our demonstrator development manager is joining us virtually, so that's going to be exciting to have her join us on our Zoom that day. So just a busy time. So hi Shirley, welcome. So it's always a great time to be part of the Stampin' Up family. So if you would, anybody, if you're new and watching and are not part of the Stampin' Up family, I would love to share more details about it, so, about how you can be a member of it as well. Okay, what do you think? Look at that. Isn't that kind of cool? So as I said, there is an overhang on that, and we're going to trim that up. But before we do that, we're going to take some of these little squares right here, okay? And we are just going to plop them on here. But I think I'm going to plan them out a little bit so I get a nice mix of color again, okay? So these are just a 1/2 inch square, okay? 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. They're not that hard to cut, okay? So let's see, I've got glue on my fingertips. Okay, we need some coral in here. So, all right, let's move the yellow over here. See, this is why I like to plan. So yellow, bump, bump. Let's see, some Lost Lagoon. So the colors in this paper, there's a ton of colors in this paper. There's Lost Lagoon and Crushed Curry and Petal Pink. What else is in this paper? Pool Party as well. And let's see, and there goes the phone. let's do this and this, and let's put this here, curry here, and this over here. Okay, I think we've got, whoops, there's two there that are the same. How did we do that? Okay, we gotta switch something. So let's see, I got glue, stick and glue. All right, let's move this. Nope. All right, let's the blue, the yellow, nope, that's not right. Okay, we really got off track here. I don't think under pressure. Okay, this has got to be curry. This is going over to here, and here. And let's see, yellow. You know what? I don't think it's really going to matter if I duplicate something, right? So let's just go with this. We're going to just go with this. And let's go here. And then we can do this. We'll do this. Let's get this darker piece up there. Okay, we're going with it. Okay, so you love it so far. Thanks, Colleen. Okay, so we're going to quickly glue these down. And yesterday we got to see the chickens. We had some miscellaneous stuff kicking around, so we passed it on to the person who took our chickens and got to visit with them for a little bit. I don't think they miss me. Oh, of course, I didn't think we were rushing, and I didn't take any treats. So next time I got to make sure I take treats. And then maybe they would remember me. So, hi, Carol. Happy Wednesday to you too. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. So these kind of blend in. I mean, it's kind of up to you whether you do something in the center, but I kind of like it. You could do, if you had like some really tiny small flowers, that would look really cool as well. Maybe there's a small punch that you have that's retired. The Petal Park one, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. I'm just kind of like, the ideas are kind of flowing right now. The Petal Park punch might be a great option to put in the center, a little tiny flower. And let's do this. So we're just kind of creating more dimension to our quilt, okay? Because that's what quilting is all about, right? Is creating kind of like a patchwork type square. So think of that one piece as a square, okay? And you're just assembling everything together. And then we're going to quilt it. We're going to add our own kind of stitching to this, okay? I love that last year, I think it was, there was a great die that had all that piercing stitching on it. That was a great die to have. I wish we would have another die like that, because that really made it feel like it was quilted with that stitching. Okay, did anybody remember that? That it had leaves on it and stuff. So okay, we're almost done. Two more to do here. And then don't worry about getting too close to your edges with your liquid glue, because when we go to quilt this, it's all gonna like mesh that glue and spread it out for you, okay? All right, so we're gonna do this, and let's give this a trim. So look at all these extra pieces I can go and make another card with, or do some more punching, right? So let's trim this right here. Okay, I'm just gonna trim it off with my scissors here. You could use your paper trimmer if you wanted to, whatever is easiest for you, but I'm just running the scissors along the edge of that cardstock. And it should give us a nice clean cut line. Okay. All right, look at that. You wouldn't even know. It's off, you know, we only just took a little tiny bit off from that. So, okay, we're going to set this aside because we're going to do all our quilting at once. We need to do our card base. So let's, we're going to do a little stamping, okay? We're going to take our 2-inch punch. We're going to punch a circle out of Very Vanilla. And Very Vanilla thick cardstock has already sold out, okay? And is retired, all right? And as well as the envelopes, they're still around. So if you love Very Vanilla, make sure you get in there and grab some of those Very Vanilla envelopes. They're not on sale, but you can at least still have some Very Vanilla envelopes to go with with your card making. Okay, so we're going to use a piece of glue there. I'm going to use the Ink and Tiled stamp, okay? And I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to just see how many times, what graduation of ink that I want to have on my project. I really want this faint because I want the lettering to show through my greeting, okay? So I just really want it kind of faint. You guys see that? There we go. So it just depends on how dark you want it. Let's just flip it over and we'll just kind of we'll just see. You know, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you can play around with it. We're going to use just a note out of the Ink and Tiled stamp set. My stamp fell off the block, so I'm using my grid paper is what I do. I love using grid paper. So let's see which way we like better, right? Let's kind of go like this. Okay, you know, that's not bad, right? So do you like that? This is the full strength. And then let's try. Or do you like the stamped off one? Can you see that one okay? It's a little harder to see because it's really, really light. Let me just try to, the lighting is awful. There we go. Okay, so the stamped off or the full strength. Which one do you think would look great? Okay, let me know because we got more stamping to do. And we'll send something very close to vanilla in the future. I don't know about that, Linda. The regular vanilla cardstock is still available. It's just the thick, Very Vanilla cardstock that they have discontinued. I don't know if it's the way the paper mill makes the Very Vanilla cardstock, whether it's harder for them to make the thick cardstock versus just regular cardstock, the basic cardstock. They didn't really say why they discontinued it. So this is the inside of our card. So we're going to just stamp that, and we're going to stamp our envelope too. Okay, so we've stamped off, and let's do this right here. And full strength, Shirley says. Gail says stamped off. And Colleen says full strength. So we got 2 full strengths. We're going to go with that. Hi, Sandy. Welcome. Okay, so we've got our envelope stamped, and we've got the inside of our card stamped. Okay, so let's just adhere these 2 together. Okay. And so this is Pool Party. So this is 3 3/4 by 5 is the vanilla, and then the Pool Party is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, so these 2 are going to be the same, and our front piece is the same as well, 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I love creating the same dimensions, so I don't have to think about it. I can cut both of them at the same time and be done with it. Okay, so let's do some quilting. It's time to do some quilting. So our crushed curry is going to be our card base, okay? And let's just layer this up, okay? So if I pretend we quilted that, all right? And if I just did this card base is just kind of like blah, right? So let's add a little bit of texture to this. Adding the texture with the embossing folder creates a wow, as far as I can say. Okay, so let's pull in our Stamp Cut and Emboss machine. Okay, here's that. And then we're using, so remember to read your platform. If you have the newer machine, this is what I love about it, is it has the platform, and we are using a 3D embossing folder, okay? And I try to label them, and they'll say 3D in the catalog as well, okay? And so I know 3D, okay? And then up here, if you're just using the regular thin embossing folders, this is your sandwich. It's totally different than the 3D one, okay? So, so it's just platform 1, which is this, and then our embossing folder, and then our plate number 4, gray. No clear plates, number 3s, okay? So it's important that you read. All right, so I've cut my cardstock 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and then I'm going to put it in this way. And I never fold my cardstock behind my embossing folder, okay? Because that just, A, it's not going to emboss the top of your cardstock, and B, it adds too much thickness for your sandwich, okay? So instead, I line that fold up with the edge of where the embossing print is, not the line, but the very edge of where the design is on the folder, okay? Sometimes some are hard to see, and it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters whether it's facing up or down, but mine has a curl to it for some reason. And we're going to just sandwich the two together, and we're going to wind it through, okay? Pool party is a favorite of yours, Carol. I love all the colors, so I really have a hard time picking a favorite. Okay, so let's look at the texture on this. So you could decide whether you want like the deboss look, which is like where the impression is sitting down in. Can we see that? Okay. Or if you want the emboss look where the texture is raised. Okay. We're going to go with the emboss look. Okay. We're going to set that aside. Now let's pull in this piece. Okay. We are going to use a new embossing folder. This embossing folder is going to be out in the next, in the annual catalog that starts on May 1st. It's called Eyelet 3D embossing folder, which I love. So if you love eyelets, I love the design on this. Can you guys see this? Isn't that really cool? Look at the design on that. It's really cool. It looks like old-fashioned eyelet lace. So we're simply going to, if you want your design to be straight, I would try to use the line here on the folder, and it just keeps your pattern straight on your piece, okay? And always double check to make sure. I did have one folder at one time where this line was just off a little bit, so always double check to make sure everything looks straight, okay? So we're just going to insert that in there, and we're going to create that sandwich again, and we're going to emboss it. And I might run it back through one more time just to kind of sandwich all that glue stuff together. Oh, I just looked out my window. The rain has stopped. Yay. It was pouring like crazy here just before we started this live. So at least it wasn't raining for the eclipse yesterday, right? That was yesterday. It feels like a lifetime ago. All right. So it was yesterday, right? Yeah. Okay. Or was it Monday? I'm way off. Okay. So can you see the texture in here? Let's see if you can see that. There we go. It is so cool. So let's just add this to our card front. I'm going to look. Yep. Sometimes when you're embossing paper like this, it kind of shrinks your measurements a little bit or expands them. I guess maybe it's expanding them where it creates more of a border. So you want to double check that before you start adhering. But I think this looks okay. Oh yeah, here's the reverse side. That is really cool too, I think. That might be cool with the black magic technique as well, to color that in and add some of that black ink that we did a few weeks ago. So much time to play. Okay, so let's add this to our pool party here. And then we're gonna tie off some linen thread. All right, and I don't know how much. So I'm going to create kind of like my bow, okay? And then I'm going to just start tying. So that's my bow on this side, okay, from here to there. And then we're going to just wrap it around twice. Once, twice. And now I'm going to tie off a bow. I love linen thread. And this linen thread goes so well with this, I think. And I just make sure my wrapping isn't loose, and then just tie a bow. Here we go. And there. Okay. So, okay, let's trim this. Let's get rid of some of this. We can always trim it again afterwards, okay? Let's do that. Isn't that cool? I'm going to just separate my thread here just a little bit, just to get that texture a little bit more, okay? And let's add some dimensionals on this, right? So let's grab some dimensionals. Here we go. So what do you guys think? Isn't that, do you love, who has done some type of embossing on their card front before like that? Just take and emboss their front, just to add more texture. You could highlight it with a little ink if you wanted to. There's just a lot of different things. Yes, Donna, I know you love Black Magic and made a beautiful card. I'm so glad. I love that you're taking what you're learning and creating. That it just makes my heart so happy. Okay, so let's add that on there. And so this designer paper is actually, how much is it off? 20% off. So if you love this paper and don't have it yet, go grab some. Well, it's still here. And then we're going to throw in, put these on as well. These are pastel adhesive sequins. I have a ton of these that I need to use up. So let's start using them up. And let's see, let's just kind of, let's put one up here and let's grab a little one. We're going to put here. And then let's just grab another big one. And I'll just put it right there in the middle of the vanilla. No, that's too high. Let's go down here. There we go. And then let's add this to the inside of our card. You've embossed and used ink on the raised part too. Good. I'm glad. I love it. I don't, some of these things, they're so simple. We just have to remember to do it, you know. That's what, oops. That's why I love making multiples. It kind of helps me remember the technique. Whereas if I just make one card, I kind of forget to do it. Okay, so this is a smaller piece, so it shows off that crushed curry really well. All right, and we're gonna, because I have lots of this designer paper to use up, we are going to we're going to also dress up the card flap, okay, the envelope flap. So let's just throw a little bit of this glue around here, okay. And so on Friday, I will be on YouTube live only, okay? And we are going to use this ink and tile designer paper again. I have an awesome one-sheet wonder that uses this. It's a new one. We haven't done this one before, so it's going to use 3 pieces of this designer paper. So it's a great way to de-stash all that designer paper that you're hoarding up and have no waste, and create 3 awesome cards with 3 6x6 pieces of designer paper, which I love. Okay, here's our awesome card right there. What do you guys think? Wasn't that easy? So just, you know, you could change, you could kind of keep using the same color scheme of these, okay? But just then, I didn't take time to do that, but you could change your card base and the mat to make it look different, like a totally new card, okay? So play around and experiment and just kind of see what they are. So make sure you go to my website and use my host code at createwithnancy.com. And that's where you can do the online shopping and create a card. So here's one I did. I used crushed curry on this one. And let me zoom in just a little bit more for you all. There we go. Okay. So there's the crushed curry versus the pool party. Well, I used pool party mat, but the ink, okay? Just looks totally different, okay? All right, so, and make sure if you are not a subscriber to my newsletter, make sure you go and subscribe to my newsletter because that is going out later tonight. And the Creative Ink Library Sheet PDF tutorial will be last week's with the Nature Sweetness sketch card, okay? So that will be the PDF that you'll get in that tutorial this week in the newsletter. So I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you're feeling inspired. I hope you're feeling creative. So you go out and go into your craft area and create. All right, create some and share it. Make sure you share this video with others. That's my best compliment is if you share this with your friends, okay? All right, and if you have any questions about ordering anything in the catalogs are while supplies last. Some things are getting low inventory, so go in and grab and order soon. All right. Hi, Stella. Welcome. I'm glad you love the cards. Let me just make sure. No card of art is safe from Gail. I love that. Gail says no part of her card or envelope is safe from embossing. Yay. And I think that's it. So, hi Betty, and I think I miss Kathy. Welcome. Okay. All right, guys, come back on Friday and we will share some more creative ink together. All right. Bye-bye.